In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the tools of the trade of crochet. So we're going to discuss the essential tools and then a couple of tools that are good to have. Of course, initially you need your yarn of choice. This particular yarn is worsted weight number 4, and I have another video that talks about the weight of the yarn and the number of the yarn. So if you want to know more about that, check out the video on how to read a yarn label. In addition to the yarn, you're going to need crochet hooks. These two hooks have are different sizes, and I have another video about how to determine the size of the needle that you need. Okay, there are a couple of factors that go in play. So you need yarn, you need your crochet hook, at least one. Of course, you can use one for a long time, or if you want to buy a set, you can usually buy a set very inexpensively. You also need scissors in order to change colors or end the project, and these scissors are going to be necessary and useful. Once you finish your projects, you will also need a darning needle or a yarn needle. These are made of plastic, but they do also come in metal. So these are plastic ones. I would say, have a few of these just in case you misplace one over the course of time. You might find yourself misplacing one or another. Those are your essential tools. Again, that is your yarn. You need your crochet hook, at least one. You will also need a pair of scissors. Any that you have at home are probably sufficient. And then to finish off your projects, you will need a darning needle or yarn needles, either plastic or the metal kind. Now, on to some useful tools that you might need down the line. These are stitch markers. These ensure that you don't lose, these ensure rather that you keep track of the number of stitches that you are creating so that you don't go over or under the necessary number of stitches that you need for any given project. Now, these are official stitch markers. They work like a safety pin here. So you just put them into the project and then you close them up. I personally like to use paper clips instead of stitch markers. So if you don't have stitch markers and you have paper clips, you can use these. I like paper clips because I don't have to use that opening and closing mechanism. I could just slide these off and on while I'm working my project. Another useful tool to have is a tape measure. This is useful when you begin to make projects where you need to measure, like hats, the circumference or the crown, or lengths. If the crochet project says stitch until you have X number of inches or centimeters, you might find that a tape measure is useful, as a ruler might not give you the length that you need. Okay, so tape measure, stitch markers, and or paper clips are good to have, and your essentials: your yarn, your hooks, darning needles, and your scissors. All right, get started. Happy crocheting.